The Duke of York's scandals laid bare. Serial infidelity and a physical clash with a fellow royal are only the starting points of the extraordinary claims surrounding Prince Andrew in a new tell-all biography. Could these latest revelations finally destroy his already fragile reputation? Here's the breakdown. Andrew Loney's latest work, The Rise and Fall of the House of York, is loaded with controversial anecdotes about the Duke of York, though only one involves two members of the royal family literally exchanging punches. According to the author, a family gathering in 2013 turned explosive when Prince Harry confronted his uncle over comments Andrew had allegedly made behind his back. The younger prince accused Andrew of cowardice for failing to repeat the remarks to his face, and the argument swiftly escalated into blows. Harry, by most accounts, landed the upper hand and left his uncle with a bloody nose before relatives intervened. A spokesperson for Prince Harry quickly dismissed the account, insisting to the Daily Mail, "Prince Harry and Prince Andrew have never engaged in a physical fight, nor did Andrew ever make the comments about the Duchess of Sussex he is alleged to have said." Despite this denial, Loney has refused to back down, telling the Daily Beast, "I trust my source, who has always been reliable and had close access to Andrew. They had no motive to invent the story and offered detailed information." The book includes yet another tale of near violence. On one occasion, Andrew reportedly barked at a member of staff to wrap a gift for him. The officer, infuriated by the Duke's rudeness, admitted he nearly lashed out, recalling, "I thought, you arrogant, ignorant sod. I almost hit him." His conclusion was blunt. He simply wasn't a nice person. A Marriage in Shambles. One of the most eye-catching sections of Loney's book centers on Andrew's marriage to Sarah Ferguson, better known as Fergie. He claims the Duke engaged in more than a dozen affairs before their first wedding anniversary. Andrew married Fergie in 1986, but within weeks she realized she had made a mistake. He famously told her, "I am a prince, then a naval officer, then a husband." His devotion to the Royal Navy meant long absences. In 1 year alone, he was home for just 42 days. Fergie confided in friends about her loneliness, once saying, "I missed him desperately and couldn't understand why he didn't even write back. It was miserable." Meanwhile, Andrew was rumored to be pursuing multiple affairs. By 1989, a frustrated Fergie began her own relationships, including the notorious tryst with an American millionaire that produced tabloid photographs of her toes being kissed. Domestic life with Andrew, according to mutual acquaintances, was joyless. A friend recalled, "On a gorgeous sunny day, his idea of fun was sitting indoors watching golf on television. His dinner would be placed in front of him so he could keep watching, then he'd head straight to bed." Although the pair divorced in 1996, they continued to live together at Royal Lodge. Fergie has long defended her ex-husband, but aides quoted in the book suggest her patience is finally at breaking point. One insider told journalist Rob Shooter, "Fergie feels humiliated. She's exhausted from cleaning up after him. Endless affairs and questionable friends." While many of Loney's sources remain anonymous, a few established figures have spoken on record. A Reuters journalist, for instance, described Andrew's behavior during a 2006 trip to Thailand for the King's Diamond Jubilee. The reporter claimed the Duke welcomed a steady stream of women into his hotel suite, more than 10 a day, astonishing the hotel staff. A friend of Andrew's allegedly remarked, "Traveling the world as trade ambassador gave him access to beautiful women, and he exploited it fully." His notorious friendship with Jeffrey Epstein receives extensive treatment in the book. Although Andrew has maintained he first met Epstein in 1999, Loney argues that both Andrew and Fergie had known the disgraced financier almost a decade earlier. One source described their relationship as akin to placing a rattlesnake in a tank with a mouse. Epstein, Loney writes, manipulated Andrew, using the prince for respectability and connections while giving little in return. The book even alleges that Andrew had a romantic relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's closest associate, who is now serving time in prison. Loney asserts that Andrew and Maxwell were occasional lovers, and that in 2000 they were seen openly holding hands in a Manhattan restaurant. Maxwell, the author claims, helped Andrew reinvent himself when he left the Navy in 2001, though friends worried he was spiraling out of control and even dressing like a man half his age. Feuds within the royal family. The supposed punch-up with Harry was not the end of their tensions. In 2018, Andrew allegedly called his nephew bonkers for marrying Meghan Markle, branding her an opportunist who was too old for him. Harry, understandably, did not take kindly to these remarks and later told William he hated Andrew. William himself has long had strained relations with his uncle. Sources told Loney that Andrew frequently belittled Kate Middleton, which further fueled William's resentment. One insider claimed William intends to evict Andrew from Royal Lodge one day, if King Charles does not act first. The brothers may feud with each other, but they appear united in their dislike of Andrew. Nicknames, pranks, and poor behavior. From childhood, Andrew accumulated an extraordinary number of nicknames. As a baby, he was dubbed Baby Grumpling, due to his moodiness, though Queen Elizabeth was rumored to favor him nonetheless. At school, classmates christened him Randy Andy, a moniker that stuck with the press. Later, diplomats labeled him His Buffoon Highness for his blunders as trade envoy, while his extravagant spending earned him the name Air Miles Andy. Loney also documents Andrew's love of juvenile pranks, many humiliating for his victims. One party trick involved tricking guests into clapping an open mustard bottle, spraying their faces. At dinners, he would make crude remarks, sometimes shoving companions' faces into food. On other occasions, he was accused of unzipping women's dresses at public events. A society lady quoted in the book said flatly, "He is the most boorish man I have ever met." Darker allegations and threats. The biography also recounts alleged threats against Andrew's life. The IRA once considered targeting him on a golf course, while Argentina's military dictatorship reportedly plotted to track him down in the Caribbean following the Falklands War, though the scheme never materialized. Perhaps the most disturbing allegation appears late in the book, that Andrew's earliest sexual experiences occurred before he even reached his teenage years. According to an unnamed source, he admitted to losing his virginity before the age of 12 and having multiple partners by 13. Loney defended his decision to publish this unsettling claim, telling The Telegraph, "It seemed part of understanding his behavior and how it shaped his life."